My dad admitted that he was in love with me at my wedding. Story time. Okay, so to start, my dad's always been a fucking weirdo. And of course, I absolutely love my dad. Not in like a strange. Growing up, he always made these weird, inappropriate comments to my friends. And at one point, they just refused to come round to my house if my dad was going to be in. Now, I love my parents, but me and my mum are so close. We're like best friends. When I think back, I've always felt slightly uncomfortable around my dad. But my mum never picked up on anything, so I just thought this was normal. Now let me introduce you to my fiance, Steve. Welcome to A Story, Steve. Woo! Me and Steve, it was love at first sight. We met during college. We'd been together for like 5 years before he popped the question. Easiest yes of my life. Now my dad had always shown a lot of animosity towards Steve, but I was just thinking he was like an overprotective dad. I didn't think he was in love with me or whatever. I don't know how I didn't pick up on this sooner. But when we were planning the wedding, we went through 5 different dates because all of them my dad said that he couldn't go to. I know you're not that booked and busy, Dad. My dad was asking a lot of questions. My fiance did point this out to me, but I just thought it was my dad being a weirdo still, so I didn't think anything of it. This man wanted to know the timetable of the day down to the second. And very specifically, he wanted to know about the time that we would be saying I do. And we were like, well, obviously that's just after the bit where the person says, does anyone have any objections? Otherwise, these two people shouldn't get married. We say our vows, then we say I do. So my dad just didn't show up to the day of my wedding. I'm waiting at the top of the aisle, waiting for him to walk me down. Anyone see my dad? No, great. I just thought that he was being silly and I walked down myself. And except for that, the whole ceremony was beautiful. So then we get to the question that we thought would be the least of our worries that day. Does anyone have any reasons why we should stop this wedding? My dad came sprinting down the aisle saying, I do. Dad, that's my line, shut the fuck up. We started losing it. We thought it was so funny. We thought, haha, he's been stupidly late. Now he's trying to make an entrance. Like, ha. Then we expect him to sit down and like join the ceremony. And he flipping doesn't. So once again, the question gets asked. Anyone got any issues as to why we shouldn't get married? My dad replies again saying, I do. So if you don't know, if this happens at a wedding, you then have to wait for 30 days until you can actually get married. And that was when my dad went ahead and confessed that he was in love with me. He goes in to have this like full-blown meltdown in the middle of the aisle. He's like, I can't let you marry Steve. That should be me. There should be me holding your hand. There should be. And obviously I just stood there in absolute shock and disbelief. This was the day I found out that my dad was an absolute weirdo.